Ladies and gentlemen, you've seen the highlights, you've heard the rumors, but now it's time to get the real scoop. We pull back the curtain on the world of sports entertainment and give you the unfiltered truth. From the biggest pay-per-views to the latest shocking headlines, you're locked in for the ultimate wrestling discussion. This is Between the Ropes, only on the Empty the Bench Network. Now, here's your host, Kristie Wilson.
Hey everybody, welcome to a new episode of Between the Ropes. I am your host. My name is Kristie Wilson, and we got a heck of a show for you today. Yes, first time ever. I'm wearing a hat and it's Snoopy. Reason my hair is driving me crazy, but that's besides the point. Now, we get some really cool things. Let me get some things out of the way here. Of course, there's the fabulous ticker. And of course, you want to follow Between the Ropes at BTRETB on all social media. You can also, if you're on YouTube, you can also check us out, youtube.com/ETB Network. Check out all great programming. You can check out Football Forecast. You can check out Press Row, ETB Sports. You can even, we did a new show, Hardwood Game Day with Trevor Williams. Trevor, there you go. Forever of Power 5, Unnecessary Wagers. ETB Lounge coming up tonight with Nick DiMartino. And of course, you can also check out that same show on Mondays with Calla and McClurg and everyone else. So also remember, like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on anything ETB related. Now, let's get to the show, shall we? Wait, I think I've got someone here. Hello? Oh, he was here and now he's gone. Sorry. No. By the way, hi, Tom. We're going to go recap TNA Genesis. That, of course, the pay-per-view happening a couple of days after TNA debuted on AMC Thursday, January 15th. This happened a couple of days later. Everything, I would say that is pretty crazy. Definitely pretty crazy. We had the big match, of course, was, again, rematch, Mike Santana, the TNA World Champion versus Frankie Kazarian with, ironically, Nick Nemeth as the special guest referee. And I mean, holy crap. That was nuts. It was definitely what you call nuts. But Mike Santana retained. Good for him. Yeah, I'm glad. Like I said, when I named him as my wrestler of the week last week, he deserved it. He definitely deserved to be champion. You just don't take something away from him and, you don't screw him over like that. I didn't think it was fair, and I'm just glad he got it back. And I'm glad he retained. But is Nemeth the next opponent for him down the line? That is a possibility. Hey, Mountain Dew, you want to sponsor ETB? I'm just kidding. No, I'm not. Wow. We had the tag team titles on the line, and this was a big one, and I think a lot of people were definitely chatting about it, was the Hardy Boys versus the Righteous. That was crazy. Now, the Righteous, I know, have been in Ring of Honor, AEW, but seemed pretty directionless. I think TNA has given them a direction. And going up against probably one of the best and greatest tag teams of all time, and Matt and Jeff Hardy. I mean, it was a really good match. Hardys do retain their titles, and that was really cool. So, TNA Genesis, I would say not a bad overall pay-per-view. It's definitely with this new era coming on. We don't know, like, if you watch TNA on AMC Thursday night, we don't know. We know Elena Black, formerly Cora Jade, wants gold around her waist, understandable. Wants to prove she's the best, even though listening to her talk, she's like freaking nails on a chalkboard, and she's basically begging her and Daria Ray both. Oh my God. KB! Oh, my friend. Hi. Hello. Oh, thank you for today. I am doing great, KB. I hope you enjoy the show. I really hope you do. Mwah. And for you, KB. Back to the show. Sorry. Old friend of mine. I love him dearly. So I figured, I'll say hi to him. But yeah, Genesis, really good pay-per-view. But this is the one topic when I decided to go for this. This got me excited, actually. Yes, we have new AEW Trios Champions crowned on Collision. Yes, there was a spoiler last week, and I made the mistake of reading it. But last week I made the decision not to talk about it out of respect for the fact that not everyone had seen this episode yet because it had been taped. Which another topic related to AEW, and I will get to that next, actually. But the Ops put the trios titles on the line against the trio of Hangman Adam Page, Kevin the Jet Knight, and Speedball Mike Bailey. A heck of a match overall. And we have new trios champions. If you're wondering why, there is a reason behind this, and this is where it all kind of ties in together. Powerhouse Hobbs, who was in that match and was a member of the Ops, his AEW contract expired, so the title change was necessary. Now, the Ops are not going to disband at all. Hook is going to come in, and I'm certain Hangman, Speedball, and the Jet are all going to get caught up in a rematch with the Ops, and, we'll see what happens on that front. But yes, Hobbs is going to WWE. I've heard stories like what his new ring name's going to be. By the way, lame as shit. Sorry. Not sorry. But that's the reason why. And since I mentioned Collision, this is the next thing. Now, this is, because if you're in like Great Falls, Montana, like me, or you're wherever you are in the country and you're dealing with this cold weather, the episode of Collision that was supposed to be live today was canceled due to that winter weather threat in the DFW area. I kept an eye on it because I have family living in and around the DFW area, mainly in the suburb of Frisco, and it's freezing rain, snow, that sort of thing. So it was going to be at the Esports Stadium in Arlington, which, if you've been to Dallas, the Dallas-Fort Worth area, Arlington's right in the middle, is in the middle, and it connects that together. So the safety of the wrestlers, all the officials, the crew, Tony Khan himself, and but most importantly, the fans. That's more important because with the kind of weather, roads can get super slick. Traffic, it can get really bad with bad weather. It can really impact it. You can have pileups, that sort of thing. So, but they are going to refund. The fans are going to get if they did get tickets to this event, they are going to get refunds. So, I know I had nothing to do with it, but I'm going to apologize. I'm sure. Let's face it, WWE, AEW, TNA, whatever the promotion, Major League Wrestling, doesn't matter which one, they can't predict this sort of thing. They just can't. And it's not their fault. But, for all of you AEW fans in the DFW area, I wish you guys were going to the Esports Stadium in Arlington for this event, for this Collision taping, because I know people have gone to AEW events and they say it's a lot of fun, great energy, that sort of thing. Now, one more AEW thing, and then I'm switching. We have a women's world title match set for January 28th episode of Dynamite in Austin, Texas. Yes, I did say these two were going to be combating each other, and I was right. Chris Statlander, the Cosmic Killer, the world's greatest, galaxy's greatest alien, she's kind of doing that thing, is going to be going up against the Toxic Spider, Tekla, for the AEW Women's World Championship on Dynamite on January 28th. Ooh, boy. I'm going to say, do I think Statlander retains? Yes, I do. I really do. And do I think it's going to be a battle? Yes. I don't doubt Tekla's going to have her fellow comrades in the Triangle of Madness, Julia Hart and Sky Blue, there, but I think Julia is going to be busy because she has a TBS title match against Willow Nightingale. By the way, let me just show you. Yeah. But at least Harley Cameron's going to be there, hopefully in Stat's corner to kind of keep Sky Blue from pulling any shenanigans or anything like that. But I think this is going to be exciting because these two, the storyline has been building up very nicely, and I really enjoy it. I've really been enjoying it a lot. Oh, you're at the... Oh, no, I'm sorry, KB. You're at the Texas airport. DFW is almost shut down. I'm sorry. It's that damn weather. It's the damn weather. I feel bad for you, dude. I do. But back to this one. Yeah, I am definitely looking forward to this. This is pretty big. This is, to me personally, a big deal. It's definitely a big deal. Like I said, I think Statlander retains, but I think the feud is going to continue between her and Tekla. Do I see it going to Revolution? Yeah, we'll see. You never be too sure. Now I'm going to get to some WWE stuff. I'm going to get to this one and then I'll get to the big WWE news that really has me excited. Yes. Sorry about that. I'm going to edit this real fast because this thing is ridiculous. It is not what I wanted. It's Tommaso Ciampa, not tomato. Damn you, spell check. You suck. You ain't shit. But it's Tommaso Ciampa's contract with WWE is expired. I'm going to turn this off. I hate this, but I know what it is. Tommaso Ciampa's WWE contract has expired, and he has filed some trademarks for the terms Psycho King and Psycho Killer. Now, that's interesting to me. That is very interesting to me because, let's face it, we know what this man has been about. He had one of the absolutely greatest feuds in WWE history with Johnny Gargano. Definitely the defining rivalry for NXT between him and Johnny Gargano. If you know the story, he and Gargano were the tag team DIY. They won tag team gold. At some point, Ciampa turned heel, and he and Gargano had probably one of the greatest rivalries of all time. Definitely like I said, a defining rivalry for NXT. If you are a fan of what is known as the Black and Gold era, which is, the big one. People remember this so fondly. They really do. And I'm one of those people who watched it. The matches these two had, these brawls, the promos they cut on each other was unbelievable. I mean, you just could not imagine what the heck it was like to kind of be in the middle of all of just watching this with your own eyes and just seeing. I'm sure for old school WWE fans who remember way back in the old days, the Ciampa Gargano rivalry was probably reminiscent of a lot of great rivalries, like Triple H and The Undertaker, Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels. Though I think in Ciampa and Gargano's case, it never crossed the line into personal hatred for each other. I'm sure they respected each other. They are probably great friends in real life, and they respect each other so much that they knew that sometimes the greatest friends can also be your greatest enemies, and they played that off so well. But Ciampa's had injury issues with his neck. Everyone knows about his neck. They had to give up his beloved gold. I don't think he gave up his beloved Goldie, as he called the NXT championship, but as for the Psycho King and Psycho Killer trademarks, I'm thinking if he's going to go on the indies or be on TNA or sign with AEW, I think those are probably going to be the nicknames he's going to use, and they're going to be used on t-shirts, baseball caps, beanies, coffee mugs, that sort of thing. So I think that's where that comes into play. So that's pretty awesome. But I'm also Ciampa. Yes. Wish you absolute best of luck in everything. Thank you. Excuse me. Now, big news. Yes, it's finally happening. This happened. This got set up on Raw. It's AJ Styles versus Gunther at the Royal Rumble. And many are remarking, how ironic is it that this is AJ Styles last year, and this is the event he debuted at 10 years ago. back to the Ciampa comment. Yeah, KB, New Japan would be perfect for him. It might actually work out. I didn't think of it before. But, that's definitely a good one right there, New Japan. But back to the phenomenal one versus the guy who thinks he is the legend killer, or who retired Goldberg, retired Cena, and has probably gotten a higher amount of hate for the Cena retirement thing than anything. But before they face off, Saturday night's main event is tonight, and AJ is going to try and prove how phenomenal he is. Easy for me to say. Bleh. Very easy for me to say. But he's going to go up against his old rival Shinsuke Nakamura in a match. Saturday night's main event. Check that out tonight on Peacock. I think it's like 8 Eastern, 7 Central, 6 Mountain Standard Time. So check that out. But that definitely looks like that's going to be a good warm-up match for AJ Styles before he goes up against Gunther. Ow. I hit my finger. Shit. But I'm just thinking about it and everything. Do I want this to be the AJ Styles' last match? No, I don't. I really don't. As I think the man is capable of having at least one more match. One more title reign, at least, I meant to say. One more title reign before he retires. And yeah, KB's got a good point. Yeah, I'm with him on this one. I'm with you on this one, KB, which is its match should be happening at WrestleMania because AJ deserves to end his WWE in-ring career there. I agree. He should be at Allegiant Stadium in Vegas. I am not disputing that, but, with the reports saying that his contract's due to expire in February, if he signs a short-term extension, then I think we can definitely get that. We definitely get the Styles versus Gunther, maybe part 3, the rubber match, I guess you could call it, at WrestleMania, because, the Royal Rumble's a big stage. WrestleMania is a even bigger stage, a much bigger stage than this. I'm not disputing that at all. But, what can you do? What can you do? But I love the fact that we are going to get this match, but I don't want AJ to lose. I think, like KB said in the comments, it should be at WrestleMania. It definitely should be at WrestleMania. Now what? Oh, KB says, if his contract expires in February, maybe I can wish on a star, Styles versus Ospreay in London. KB, that probably would mean AJ goes to AEW and then he and Ospreay go up against each other in August, late August for All In, but I don't think that's going to happen. That's a totally different topic, though. That is a totally different topic there. So, okay, get off that. As much as I could keep talking about this, but knowing that the Rumble is next week, and I know I got to give predictions, which is going to be insanely hard for me to do because I don't get this shit right all the time. There's all that. But I got something. I'm going to do something right now, which, yes, I know. Why didn't I think of this earlier? But be with you in a moment. I'm going to do something a little bit different. Yeah, this is my shout out, and I'm giving it out to 2 women who say they are not friends. Yeah, don't try and fool us, Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. I think you are friends. You clearly respect each other. Great job winning your match on SmackDown last night. Now, we know Saturday night's main event, Io Sky and Rhea Ripley are going to be going up against Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez. Look, I don't see those tag titles coming off of Rhea and Io because they just recently won them, and I don't see that happening. If they were to lose those titles, this is the tag team I would rather they lose it to. So I'm going to tell you, Charlotte, Alexa. No, I'm not mocking you, by the way. I'm not, but shout out to those 2 ladies. Good luck. I am hoping you get your title opportunity soon. If what I think happens tonight will happen with Rhea and Io versus Liv and Roxanne. Okay. Now, this part of the show is one of those, I'm kind of starting it a little early, but I think I've gone through a good number of this stuff, but this is one, going back to AEW, I had a tag team as wrestlers of the week in the short history of this program. Now I've got a trio. What made me think of Hangman Adam Page, Kevin the Jet Knight, and Speedball Mike Bailey? Well, they are your AEW Trios champions, and I think it's it's super deserving. Because we know the history, we know what the deal with these three guys are. We know Hangman Adam Page, he is an AEW Triple Crown champion. He's won tag gold. He's been AEW World Champion twice. We all know about the epic, amazing moment when he beat Jon Moxley at All In Arlington and popped that briefcase open, pulled out that beautiful AEW World title, held it up high, and it was amazing. I mean, it definitely you would consider a historical moment, I guess you could call it. As for Speedball Mike Bailey, I think we kind of know his thing. He's from Canada, started Taekwondo, always wanted to be a pro wrestler, finally got that chance. Had his greatest successes in TNA, where he's multiple-time X Division champion. He's competed for world championships, and he's done his thing. He's been doing his thing for a very long time. As for Kevin Knight, he is definitely rising star. He and Speedball team up. It's perfect. They bring something fresh and something exciting to the tag team division, which I feel like has been kind of stagnant. And I feel like right now with FTR as the champions, I really feel like that division could use a bit of a shakeup. But right now, Speedball and the duo known as Jet Speed are doing the things with Hangman Adam Page. And oh no, KB. Your perfect name for the horse speed was better than the name Speedball came up with on Dynamite, which kind of caused some chanting while I think he was going to get Samoa Joe on Wednesday. I don't remember, but that's so freaking. I'm sorry. Oh dear God, I love you, KB. You gave me back to my wrestlers of the week. But when these three teamed up, I thought, okay, you three have competed together before, but why does this feel like it doesn't make sense? But it made sense. It all plays into the story that's being told, that's being presented in front of you, with Hangman wanting to take everything away from Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe beat him for the AEW World title. So Hangman is a very pissed off cowboy. He's very pissed off. And I absolutely do not blame him for that. I really don't. And I kind of feel, though, that, I've always said I think his world title reigns were not booked well, but that's on Tony Khan. I can have an opinion about it all I want. It's not going to change what has happened, but definitely Hangman, Speedball, and I'm going to get into Kevin Knight. This dude, he is exciting. He's definitely exciting. I mean, I don't doubt that. He had a match against Swerve Strickland on Wednesday night, on Dynamite on Wednesday. That was an awesome, awesome match. And I think Hangman saw what Kevin Knight was all about. And even though Swerve won, he showed Kevin Knight so much respect. So much respect. And I appreciate that greatly. I never like it when certain things end with them basically brawling each other. I hate I don't often like beat downs. I really don't. But this, to me, is something that is huge, I think. Because if someone like Kevin Knight can earn the respect of the most dangerous man in AEW, Swerve Strickland, I think the sky's the limit. And I think it's the same if these three keep going. I know eventually the ops, like I mentioned, Powerhouse Hobbs is going to WWE because his contract had expired, which explains the title change. But Hook's is gonna come in there, and I'm sure Hangman, the Jet, and Speedball are gonna be in a rematch. But I hope they hold on to those titles for a good amount of time. I really do, really, really do. So my wrestlers of the week, the first trio ever be named wrestlers of the week. We'll see what happens, but I love it. Now, this last one, usually pretty PO'd about it, to be honest, is this individual that I'm going to annihilate. verbally annihilate. I don't know what compelled him to make the decision that he did, but I hate it, and I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to rip him to pieces. I'm sorry, Trey Miguel. You asked for it. You friggin' asked for it. Trey Miguel, if you know who he is, popular wrestler, part of the Rascals, along with Zachary Wentz, Myron Reed, and Desmond Xavier. Here's the thing. They've had success in WWE. Certain people like Zachary Wentz and Desmond Xavier went to WWE, got different rings, did the whole thing. They've had single success, tag team success. Recently, the Rascals, all four of them, signed with AEW, got the All Elite graphic. I thought, oh my God, these four, they can do anything. You can, singles gold, tag team trios. I mean, the sky's the limit with these four in AEW because I think the Rascals can really bring something new and exciting and fresh to the promotion they haven't had in a while. However, on Wednesday, when Lexi Nair went to their dressing room to get a word with them, only three of them were there, and that was Desmond Xavier, Zachary Wentz, and Myron Reed. Just those three. There were a lot of questions on AEW's social media when the interview was posted on all their social media platforms. Where's Trey Miguel? What's going on here? Was he the one who opened the door when Lexi knocked and the other three had to, hello? But this is where it gets interesting. Trey Miguel posted a statement on his social media stuff saying he needed to take a break from wrestling and had been let go from from the contract. On TNA Thursday Night Impact on AMC, this son of a bitch shows up and it's announced he's re-signed with TNA. Trey. Dude. What the fuck? You said you were taking a break. A break is not, let's see, 1 week and that's it. What is going on here, huh? Dude, did you not want to be a part of something that could potentially be big? Or were you just like, ooh? I don't know. I don't fault anyone wanting to take time off for their mental health. I think that is majorly important. You really need to, that is definitely, for me personally, that's part of like your overall health, not just your physical and emotional, but also your mental health. It is just as important, and it's something I'm big on. Here's the main problem. Trey Miguel, you had there's so many conspiracy theories floating around concerning you. Did you have a falling out with the other three guys in the Rascals? And here's another one, and I don't think this is true. Don't take my word for it. Just take it with a grain of salt. It was the fact that a former girlfriend of yours works for AEW by the name of Alicia Atut, aka Mrs. Maxwell Jacob Friedman, aka She's Better Than You, and we all know it. I'm going to throw the Alicia Atut thing, I'm going to throw that out because I don't think she had anything to do with it, because her and Trey Miguel's relationship ended over 5 years ago and they have both moved on. I will just put it to you that way. So the personal stuff, I would throw that out the window. But Trey, you had an opportunity and you decided to go back to why? Is TNA your safe space? Is it where you feel comfortable? Isn't the point of doing something like going to AEW stepping outside of your comfort zone? Tell me that. No disrespectful, but why would anyone want to stay in TNA? That's a good question, KB. I don't know why. I really don't know why. I don't get why Trey Miguel decided to do this. There's a high level of speculation going on if you're on the internet and you're part of the internet wrestling community, which I know is loaded full of effing trolls. And the old saying is, don't feed the trolls. But Trey, you pretty much, you fucked up. You had the opportunity to step outside your comfort zone and have success with your three buddies. Have the Rascals run roughshod all over AEW, excite people, have these great matches with your buddies, regardless of whether you're doing it as a singles competitor, a tag team wrestler, or a trio. It doesn't matter. You gotta step outside the box there, dude. Jesus. Trey. you pretty much you made your bed. Now you're pretty much gonna lie in it. Pretty much, you go back to TNA, which, yeah, they've got a network deal with AMC. By the way, it's not the same as AEW, which has programming at TNT, TBS, streams on HBO Max. Wider audience. Huh? What are you afraid of? I feel like I'll just put it this way, and I know I've probably said it in some subtle way or another. I feel like you pretty much deceived us. You deceived us wrestling fans of an opportunity to watch you and your boys, the Rascals, do your thing in AEW and just bring joy and excitement to us fans, regardless of whether you guys were faces or heels. Oh, okay, yeah. The past couple weeks of TNA have been god awful. Okay, I needed that clarification right there. I know I've been hearing a lot of stories of that the storylines are not great. The first episode TNA on AMC. I'm kind of going off topic here a little bit, and I apologize. Yeah, it wasn't good, and you had Perez Hilton there, who had no reason to be there anyway. But back to Trey McCall. Trey McCall, you motherfucking son of a bitch. I don't know why you, like I said, I don't know why you opted to go back. There's no reason. There is absolutely no reason whatsoever. None. I hope you're happy with your decision, because I'm sure there's a lot of us out there who are not. Okay. There you go. Got the ticker. You can follow BTR on BTRETB on social media. Of course, check out, if you're on YouTube, go to youtube.com/ETB network. Like I said, check out all the programming. We have also the audio podcasts. Damn it, I need more caffeine. Maybe a little bit of this stuff is definitely going to help out drink this right. I can. I'm having a hard time talking. But no. YouTube.com/ETB network. Check out all the content. Press row, ETB sports, football forecast. Of course, football forecast, we are off but we will be back for the Super Bowl and then the postmortem. So 2 episodes, but next week we'll be done with that. And also a little reminder, just because I feel like letting you people know this. Tomorrow is a special day. All right. This is why. Tomorrow is my birthday. So, I'm going to be chilling. Definitely chilling. So, I get that out there. But this is my last day being 49 years old. I'm turning 50 tomorrow. So all I know is that, like I said, check out BTR ETB. See the ticker right there. Check us out. Also, YouTube. Like I said, we also have the audio podcast. Check them out. You can check out Benchmarks. We got new episodes coming soon. Also check out MT The Bench Small Market Edition. Callum McClurg. It's got some new episodes coming up soon on that one. So I want to say thank you everyone for watching, and I'll see you folks next week with another episode of Between the Ropes. See ya.